Hello, my name is Juliana Bartello, and today I will be sharing with you my 6 artifacts for the Cultural People Bag activity. Before we begin, though, I would like to share my own definition of the concept of culture and cultural identity. So for me, the concept of culture is a cumulative thing. It consists of knowledge, experience, your own personal beliefs, the beliefs of others, their values, your own values, your attitudes, everyone's attitudes, meanings, hierarchies, if there's a hierarchy in a certain culture. The concept of culture being that there's so many different cultures out there. You basically are acquiring knowledge as you grow older, and you're making your own journey. As far as cultural identity goes, that is the group for me you identify with. It could be multiple groups or just one group. It could either be something you create yourself, you find your own cultural identity, or something that is passed down generation through generation. So to begin, I have my bag, which is representative of my values. I love animals. I have a dog. I am a very animal-friendly person. Animals are my life. So what better way to represent myself than hold everything in a bag that I value the most, which is animals. To me, there's nothing better. So my first item is a Buddha. I carry a mini Buddha with me every day because I am a Buddhist. Now, to me, this has had an effect on me because it is my culture now. It is now my cultural pride. I am a proud Buddhist. I love to share what it is with others. It has had an effect on me because I am a completely different person now that I am Buddhist. To me, Buddhism is just a way of looking at things where nothing is permanent. Everything is constantly changing. So there's no need to get upset over things, because if you do, you're reacting and it's going to change regardless. So what might seem negative or bad now will definitely change. And another thing that's big with Buddhism is karma. Karma basically is if you do good, you'll get good. If you put bad into the world, bad is only going to happen to you. So I'm a very positive person. That is part of my cultural pride. I love being a practicing Buddhist because I'm always trying to put good karma in the world. I want good karma back. I also just want to reach enlightenment and be a very positive person. My next artifact is a cookbook. Now, I carry a mini version of this with me at all times whenever I go by my friend's house or my cousins, anywhere I go, because this is part of my heritage. This is a huge celebration for me because this contains all the recipes of my family. To me and my family and my heritage, food is a big deal. You will always see us celebrating around food. It brings our family together. It's a time where we get to feel the love and share and really be together. In my house, holidays, every holiday, we're at a dinner table. We're sharing food that we cooked. We all put our heart and soul into, and it's a huge celebration for my family because these are recipes that have been passed on generation to generation. They're super special. They're original to my great-great-great-grandparents, and there's nothing like being able to eat the same things that your grandparents ate when they had Christmas and when their parents had Christmas, and it's really part of like a huge heritage celebration for us because we still remember where we came from, especially the Italian and Cuban side of my family. That's what's really represented through our food, and it's very prominent in all of our holiday celebrations. We are very celebratory of that heritage. My next artifact is a picture of my mom's dad and mom. The reason I put this picture in here is because my mom's mom and dad helped me to really embrace my nationality and where I come from. My mom's mom and dad were English, and my grandma lived with me after my grandpa died, and she taught me to really be a strong-minded woman. And that is something that has really stuck with me within my culture. Is if you look at my family, we're all strong-minded women. We cook for ourselves, we clean, we work, we provide for ourselves. We don't rely on anyone else. We are completely independent, and if we want something, we have to go get it. We can't rely on anyone else. That is something my grandma has instilled in all of us. Growing up, she taught me to be independent and not rely on anyone, and that is a part of where she came from. That is our nationality. English women are strong. It's something in England that is passed down generation to generation. And seeing that here, her bring that culture into our house has just really had an effect on who I am as a person. My next artifact is my little guardian angel that I carry with me every day. So this is actually part of my family. It's more of my heritage. So this has been passed down generation to generation. It's a little guardian angel that is to be passed down to the youngest grandchild by their grandmother after they have passed. So when my grandma died, she left this for me. I am the youngest grandchild, and I will pass it on to my youngest grandchild when I die. But it's to remember the souls and the strong women within our family. This is something that really touches my heart, because when I look at this, I not only see my grandma, I see her grandma and her mom and my great-great-great-grandma. And it's something when I carry with me, I feel it, and I know that I have these strong women behind me. It has had an effect on me, because if I am out and about somewhere and I'm feeling down, believe it or not, I take this out and I rub it, and I just think of the historical significance it has had. And I really try to remember the strength in me, because this has made it generation to generation, and it will continue to. And it has all the souls of previous women to me and my family. My next artifact is a picture of my dad, my mom, me, and that is my sister. I carry this with me every day to remind me that I am the youngest of 4. This is of huge value to me, because I am the youngest of 4. My brother and me are 10 years apart. So growing up, being the youngest of 4, I've really seen the difference of my brother's generation versus mine. So the values in me are different from many kids my age, many teenagers my age, adults I should say, because I've seen my brother, growing up, he would tell me stories about dial-up internet, where I have never lived without technology, and seeing the difference in him and me, and the values that we have are very similar, because I grew up knowing more about the world through the experiences of my siblings. I would say I am an old soul. So I identify more with the older generations. I am not really into technology. I'm very tech savvy. To me, my values are more of older generations as well. I'm very into family first. Cooking your own meals, not really going out to eat. I care about the earth a lot, and I think about my actions, which is something that being the youngest of 4 has really taught me as far as values, because what my brother and sister, who are older than me by at least 10 years, do versus me is I'm more conscious of what I'm doing in the environment versus them. So although I have knowledge through them. I also have acquired my own knowledge in the world, and I see how that separates me, and I see the difference in generations, and the values I have are represented of both the older generation and the current generation that I'm in. My last artifact is a picture of my dad's mom and dad, and they are Cuban and Italian. So growing up, they're very strong-willed people. They didn't give much love. That's just how they were, both to my dad and me. And they taught me growing up a bunch of values that now I do not see eye to eye with them. We are very different, and I think growing up, learning those values, they were very black and white. They told me that the world is like this and you can't change it. As I grew up, I saw that the world is not black and white. The world is a rainbow. So they have had a huge impact on my cultural pride because I used to be ashamed of it, and now I am not. I embrace everything that I am English, I'm Italian, and I'm Cuban, and I shouldn't hide it. I should embrace it, but just because I am of this ethnicity and I have this nationality, it doesn't mean that I have to have the same beliefs as everyone who is that nationality or that ethnicity, that I can break that barrier and the world is not black and white. So they have had a huge impact on me because I had learned that just because they celebrate this in their heritage and they're this certain way because of their nationality, it doesn't mean I have to be. And that's how I form my identity, is knowing that I am all these aspects, but I don't have to be like that.